Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Steph if you don't know me. If you do know me, I know this looks a little different. I always say I love to bring you guys into everything that I do. So this is, I guess, a new series on my jewelry brand. I am a self-taught jeweler where I focus on polymer clay and 14 karat gold filled wire. But now I am no longer focusing on gold filled wire, but I'm actually focusing on casting and building wax molds and melting gold and silver so I can have a more of a finer item. I guess you can just say better quality. I love my polymer clay. It's where I first started. That's where I fell in love with jewelry making, but I feel like I need to get better and better and better. I have a vision for Violet in about 10 years from now, and I know where I want it to be. I want it to be more than just a jewelry brand. So I want to start by showing you guys behind the scenes of me learning how to cast, as well as showing you guys my favorite polymer um, earrings that I make. I probably will be making some today, but for right now, I will just be focusing on showing you guys the new things that I got that I don't know how to work yet. My very first wax spring that looks absolutely horrible. But I think that's the whole part of learning something and being a self-taught whatever makeup artist, media editor, content creator. For me, a jeweler, content creator, a little bit of everything. So I am a self-taught jeweler, meaning I literally researched and Googled and trialed and errored everything that I have done. Here are some of my pieces when it comes to polymer clay and 14 karat gold filled wire. But I again want to get into that wax carving, gold melting, creating one of a kind pieces that are truly, truly memorable and can live for a lifetime. I want really high end quality of items sold on my website to be a representation of who I am and what I love. If you guys don't know me, here's a quick background of just me. I am the current Miss Grand USA. I do pageants. I'm a pageant girl at heart. I've been doing them since I was 14 years old. I have a lot of background history and what I've done. I was Miss Ohio USA. I competed at Miss USA. I placed top 15. I competed at Miss Universe Puerto Rico, where I placed top 5. And I competed twice to be able to go to Miss Grand International, where I did end up going as Miss USA, and I placed top 5. One of my overall biggest accomplishments of my life. I feel so, so proud of that placement. And I also love a lot of other things. I love creating content on my social media for different types of brands. If it's my curly hair things or my makeup, I absolutely love content creation. And then I also love being here and creating jewelry. I have a lot of different passions. I'm also actor, a model. I do some hosting, which is for City Centric. Is so much fun. It's a PBS show. Season 2 is actually coming out very, very soon, and I'm just super passionate about everything that I do. My whole world surrounds the arts, even this business, even being on stage, and of course, content creation. It all revolves about having an eye and creating with yourself, creating either those videos or something actual physical that you can give to someone. So here I create my jewelry. And my jewelry is something that I found to love about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I started creating polymer clay earrings. Absolutely horrific. They were one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. And that's just me being completely honest. But I fell in love with the process. It really brings me peace when I just sit down and create in my space. And then I find something that I love, and I continue to create that. Um, I focus on polymer clay and that 14 karat gold full wire that I mentioned for the past 2 years. And I think now it's time to elevate and bring something. I love testing myself. I love learning new things. I'm a quick learner, but I'm also a perfectionist, which is really, really bad. But I think when it comes to jewelry, being a perfectionist is really important because you want people to look at that piece and be like, wow. And because I'm doing the waxing, I'm actually working with either 9 karat or 10 karat gold, as well as my 25 sterling silver. it's going to be pieces that you can literally have for a very, very, very long time, if not forever. So I think that to me is very special. So I will show you some pieces that I do for Violet. This is my setup back here. I don't, you can't really see it. Let's see. There you go. You can see it a little bit. When I go to actual events or markets, I set up about 2 tables like this, and I showcase all of my earrings. You can see a little bit of my earrings right there, right here, right there, and yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of fun. As you guys can see, it's pretty empty right now. I am working on Violet's hoop. My brand is called Violet Mirage, if I didn't mention it, and I love the name. I came up with Violet, and my significant other, Steven, my boyfriend, came up with Mirage, and together we made Mirage. And I think its business is going to stick with me for a very long time. Where do I see Violet in 10 years? I see Violet making very high-end pieces, as well as its own high-end boutique, meaning I can see I have so many ideas for, I do pageants, like I mentioned. So not just gowns, but more of cocktail vibes, short, cute dresses, very elegant, very feminine. But overall, definitely that high quality jewelry. Like I'm just, I love that. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. That's my background. That's my business. And this right here is my space. I hope you guys enjoy it because you're going to be seeing a lot of this. You can also check the rest of my channel. I create vlogs. I bring you guys along with me with 2 different things that I do, and I also do a lot of in my room content, hair, makeup predictions, patch predictions. I haven't gotten to those yet for a couple of years, but I am jumping back into those once I pass on my crown. But yeah, let's jump into what I know so far about casting. One of the things that I have figured out so far about casting is that it is very detailed, which is really good because at the end of the day, you want to have high-end pieces which allow you to have super nice items. So now, here is my very first piece. Absolutely horrible. It's not good, but it helped me understand how to create not only the band, but also the place where the actual gemstone goes in. So that really helped. So this is a no-go, but it is a piece that I'm gonna keep for memories to look back into. I still have some clay earrings that I made back in the day that are absolutely horrible, like I told you. It's just cute to look back into. But let's get over here and let me show you the actual wax. This is basically the wax where you create your actual ring from. You could have some without this top barrier up here, or you can just sand it down and use that access to create the rim around the actual gemstone. You can see started, this is where I did my first one, but it's fairly easy to cut. You do have to have an actual cutter. I will show you mine in a second. Here is the cutter that I use to be able to cut the size of ring that I want. You have to be gentle because you could break the actual like the blade, I guess you can call it, the actual blade. I did break the first 2 that I used. This one is still intact. I do put a little bit of like wax on it, not this type of wax, but that cutting wax, to make sure I can get in there smoothly without breaking the actual blade. But these are very cheap. You can get them off Amazon. Now this is a very expensive hobby, but I feel like if you're here, you know that already. So I actually don't have the machines just yet. I want to work on really getting my wax where it needs to be before I jump in and buy the actual machines. I need to buy at least 3 different machines. I need to buy the metal melting machine that will melt my gold and my silver. I need to get the vacuum that will get all the bubbles out of the casting. And then I also need to get the wax melter, meaning it will melt the wax that's inside of the cast to basically have like a hollow part where the gold silver will go in and create the ring itself. So still have to purchase that, but I want to make sure that I can create a good ring before I buy those machines because they are around the $600 each. So again, these is this is a very expensive hobby, but I love it, and I think you have to trust your instinct, you have to trust yourself, you have to trust your investments, and if you don't invest in your business, no one else is going to but yourself. So slowly but surely, this is my second year into the jewelry business. I worked with polymer clay, and again, now I'm focusing on this. So I feel like I'm slowly jumping into it, finding the love that I have for it. So I'm not jumping into it blindly. I kind of been doing my research for the past 6 months, really trying to figure out, do I want to do this? Is this the move that I want? And it is. And that's why I decided to do this and create it. So um, please just make sure that this is something that you want. Uh, if you do, I'm so excited to go on this journey with me. And please don't judge me because I am learning just as maybe you are too. If you are someone that already knows, please let me in the comments below what I'm doing wrong or what should I improve in, because I love learning, I love growing. So don't feel like you're being mean. I accept criticism. So let me know in the comments below what I should fix. Another thing that you will need is your wax pen. I got this one from Amazon as well. I didn't buy a really expensive one. There is one that's like $300. But again, I want to make sure that I can do this. So I'm not going to invest everything I have into little things like a pen when this brings different types of head. And I feel like it could do the same thing. If it breaks, then I'll maybe jump into something more expensive. But right now, this one works. I believe it was like around the $50 mark, and it brings two different pencils. It brings different types of heads, and it works perfectly for me. So, well, at least the first ring that I did worked perfect. So I'm just gonna go with this. The string is pretty long. It's not like you're gonna be working from the whole other side of the room. You really only need this little space to work. So you do need a pen. What is a pen used for? It's used to build your ring. You grab the wax, it starts melting on the pen, and you start moving it and forming your one-of-a-kind ring. Wax sticks, I guess you can just call them. Basically, you get your pen, it's over there, you get your pen, you attach it, and you melt it as you go to build your ring. So that way you're not like picking up random types of just loose wax. You can actually melt this as you go, and it just makes the process go much faster. Another thing that you want if you are a beginner and you're not too sure what to get, what you need, I think it is a must to have an actual pan to put like underneath your work. That way, all the fallout type of wax that you get is usable later. You don't want to waste any product. This is again very expensive hobby, so you want to make sure that you're able to use all the material you can. So as you're sanding or buffing or changing anything in your ring that's still a wax form, you want to be able to use all of that wax, even if it's little shreds. When you pick it up with your pen, it just melts right on and you're able to use it. So don't let any product go to waste. So this right here is my pen, my waxing pen. There you go, it's on. I like to put it at 280. To be honest, I don't know the exact temperature. I'm gonna just play with it and figure it out as I go. But for right now, that should work for me. So all of these come in different sizes, as you can see. I already started chopping this one up, so we're just going to continue with this one. It is a smaller edge than obviously this one or even this one, but the gemstone that I want doesn't need that much, so let's just go with this one. You guys can see all of those little crumbs should be falling on my pan and not on my pants. That's just a stain, but all those other little crumbs. So I just cut it and I did not break a blade. So let's go. This is only my second day doing this. This is my second wax that I actually cut fully. It is on the thicker side, but I want to play with this a little bit more. But yeah, I did not break a blade, so yay! Here is all of my access while I was cutting it. It is not that much, but if you put this all together in 10 rings, I mean, you will have a lot more than this, and it could build a whole, you know, a whole something. But just save your crumbs, okay? Save your crumbs. Okay, so something that I do have to purchase is a ring holder to like hold it and I can like, you know, mess around with it. I have to purchase one of those. And also so I can actually create, I can create a whole band if I want. Instead of just using this big thing, I can actually create one, you know, my way. Also, you should always be wearing protection to breathe. That is my bad. Like I said, I am learning. I do have one. Let me go grab it. So this is normally typically what I wear. Looks very silly. Looks like I'm about to go into some deep work, but honestly, you want to protect yourself no matter what you're doing. So I am your father. This is my Bubby.
Recording time, huh? Hi guys.
This is Steven. My bubs.
Yeah. Not making stuff.
Yeah. And that's Mr. Lee. What are you giving him? Mmm.
How's it?
Going in right now, Lee. How beautiful. Wait. Alright, so to get the important details, I use this magnifying glasses. I don't know if you can see my eyeballs, but they work absolutely perfect to see in depth. Okay, so let me show you my ring currently. It's still too thick. I want it to be more delicate. But this is what I have so far, and I still have to obviously sand it. All right, let's continue. Okay guys, so this is what I have currently. She's as smooth as I have ever gotten a wax ring. As you guys know, this is only my second day doing this, so I am definitely not a pro, but I think it's okay. Is it great? No, but I think I am getting the hang of this. I cleaned it up a little bit. I don't have an actual like knife to do it. I literally used my clay knife, which is this little one right here. Personally, I don't know if this would cast correctly. And the reason why is because I took out the stone and it broke. So I put it back on, I redid it, and I took out the stone. But now there's like room around the stone, and I don't know if that is supposed to be like that. Now I can take it out and put it in, and it is in there. Right? It's in there. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. Can you let me know in the comments below if it is? Then I know that I did it right. I don't know. Alright, guys. I think I am going to call it for today. I'm going to clean. I'm going to clean my mess up because I do have a mess. And I think I might bake a couple of earrings just to get a head start because I do have a market next month. And it's right around the corner. So I want to make sure I am not waiting last minute for that. So I'm going to bake about like maybe 5 earrings just to get a head start. I'm only doing hoops this time around for the market because they're the new violet hoops. And we'll see how those go. I'm kind of pretty excited about it. So, yeah, I hope you guys like this video. It's a learning experience. I am learning. If you, again, know anything that if I did something wrong just in this wax, please tell me, let me know because I need to. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.